again, just kind of having that perspective of, oh, this is a different thought. This is something that I hadn't thought of before. It doesn't mean you actually have to do it, but it is just something for you to think about. Anybody can be a mentor without even knowing it. So as I mentioned, I'm new in my role, and I have identified different colleagues who have kind of reached out to me, and I'm like, oh, they're a mentor, they're a mentor. And I told one of my colleagues that whenever she sends me emails, I put it in a special file, and it's called her name mentoring file. So, and she was just tickled by that. So anybody can serve as a mentor to you. Again, these are people who are kind of invested in you, and they're invested in your growth and your development. And also, mentorship is beneficial to the mentors as well. So clearly the mentee is getting something out of this relationship, but you can also give back and contribute to your mentor as well. So some of the keys to building successful mentoring relationship: clarify your goals. This kind of goes back to what are your expectations for having a mentor. When you are meeting with your mentor, come prepared. And this is, again, where it becomes mentee driven. Like, what is it that you want to talk about? What is it that you want to know? Or maybe you don't even know, and your mentor can kind of help you to establish those goals and those expectations. And then again, with the mentoring relationship being mentee driven, it's your responsibility to keep the relationship going. So you don't want your mentor to be like, oh, haven't heard from you in a while. What's been going on? So even if it's small little like bits of information. So for example, it's the beginning of the semester, and let's say you have a mentor relationship with someone, and you just drop a note and say, hey, it's the beginning of the semester, just started my classes. I'm really excited about, the classes I have scheduled. Or conversely, hey, just starting the semester, already feeling a little bit overwhelmed. Do you have time to chat over Zoom, or can we meet for coffee? So you just kind of want to drop small little bits of nuggets and different things that are happening. Respect your mentor's boundaries. So again, this comes with having expectations. Your mentors want to hear from you, but it doesn't necessarily mean, unless you have this established as part of your mentoring relationship, that every Monday you send them a note and say, oh, this is what happened. Oh, this is what happened. On the flip side, it could be that, hey, my mentor and I decided at the very beginning of our, getting to know each other, every other Monday, I was just going to send a note and say, this is what I learned this week. And these are some of the challenges that I face this week. So you want to kind of know what your mentor's boundaries are and how that relationship is going to take off. Take action between sessions. So again, if your mentor gives you advice or suggestions, then you want to follow up on them. And maybe when you're doing that research and that follow-up with your mentor, and they say, hey, did you reach out to blah, 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 and you didn't have a chance to, you can say, you know what, that's on my agenda, but I needed to get these activities done first. So you just want to let your mentor know that you are following up on some of the advice or recommendations that they give you. And of course, be grateful, express your appreciation, and let them know how they're helping you. Everybody likes to get that encouraging bit of information and encouraging bit of advice. And so that concludes what I'll call the formal part. And then what I have next are just discussion questions, and really just kind of want to open it up to the group. And so I am going to stop sharing my screen with the hope that we can just chat. Like, do you have folks that are mentors, or maybe even what some of your expectations are, or some of the things that you wish you had, or maybe you are the person who is charged with setting up the mentoring. So yeah, just wanted to just, open it up and hear some of your thoughts, or maybe even some questions that you may have. Completely up to you.
Yeah, I actually had mentors, two mentors last year. One of them I found through, I think, College of Engineering. It was guide mentoring
Oh, so you
From
are in the,
one,
so you're in the College of Engineering?
yeah, I am in material science and engineering
Yeah.
department. Yeah, and then they match you with an alumni. It's called guide. So
Yes. Yes.
OSC alumni, and then it was great. I matched with a mentor from, I think, like chemical biology, could be
Yes.
even pharmacy. It was like some
Okay.
biology.
Yeah. There's all this little overlap I'm learning. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So after graduation, she continued as a postdoc in ETH Zurich. And I think we were kind of like had the mentorship for 6 months. So it was like a semester
Right.
long mentorship program. And it was great, actually. I learned a lot from her, how she finds a postdoc position, how does it look like the last stage of the PhD, and what could be beneficial. Like, are there any travel funds, or that she knows, like travel funding for students and stuff. So I think it was great to have a mentor like from OSU.
Yeah.
But also I had another mentor. So in material science, American Ceramic Society has a mentorship program too. And then I had
Hmm.
another mentor there, like who works at a national lab. Who was graduated from University of Florida. But I think, yeah, it was such great exchange, and it's still going on. Like, I think it's been a year now.
So
And then we
you
covered,
truly had that team approach because it sounds like you had
yeah.
mentors from this organization, from my school. So
Yeah.
you kind of had your little team of mentors.
Yeah, and I learned a lot from my other mentor too, like who is now in National Lab. Yeah, we were just discussing one topic each month, just like could be resume, or just like wrapping up thesis, just like how to start writing up maybe publications and stuff. So it was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, now like over a year, but I feel like did we run out of the topic? So we still have these like
Mhm.
monthly connection, and we still kind of just giving updates, just concerns, like whatever questions in my mind. But I'm also just now these days wondering, like, how can I actually further utilize this like long relationship with the mentor that I was like
Mhm.
hoping to hear more ideas about.
Right.
So because it was kind of like first couple months, you can just even Google and find topics, and then just like
Right.
really useful topics. But then after a while, kind of just it kind of runs out.
Right.
So yeah,
So
I was
so
not sure, yeah, how should
yeah.
evolve.
Yeah, and I think that that's a great question is kind of like evolving the relationship because in the beginning
Hmm.
there's a lot of intentionality and like you said
Hmm.
you're just getting to know each other and then kind of as time goes on you're like okay now we talk about and
Yeah.
so my recommendation would be as you progress through your program,
Hmm.
you'll start to encompass and encounter like different aspects of it. And so maybe I think that it kind of depends on like, okay, so what is top of mind? What has become like a big topic area or thing that you need to think about? So you mentioned the publication. And so maybe you're like, okay,
Hmm.
so I've got that under my belt. And so maybe it's like, do you need to think about internships or experiential types of
Hmm.
positions? And maybe it is, okay, where should I be now as I progress through my
Hmm.
degree? So what year in your program are you?
So fifth year, kind of getting
Okay.
close to the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so your
Hmm.
conversation might be more like, okay, I need to start thinking about my job search, or have you started thinking, or maybe you already know where
Yeah.
you're going to be.
Yeah, not really. So it's
Okay.
one of the questions, how to identify, and maybe I should have more mentors even from the industry and stuff.
And that might
Yeah.
be, and so that would be a great question to say is that you could say, you have been so helpful and I appreciate all of the feedback and all the guidance that you have given
Hmm.
me. I would love to kind of grow my network. Do you have people that I could talk to do informational interviews? And so I
Hmm.
think that kind of growing your circle of folks that you have that are in the industry. And
Yeah.
so I think that you actually do
Mhm.
have more questions and more topics to talk to your mentors
Mhm.
about than you actually think. Because if you kind of ask each of them, do you have one person that I could talk to? Then that's going to
Mhm.
at least, and then every person that you talk to, like maybe do an informational interview, then that connects you to yet another person. And you just
Mhm.
never know what types of opportunities can open. One of the
Yeah,
things that we
that's
would
right.
tell our students at Moritz is that your mentor is not, the purpose of your mentor is not to get a job. However, if they have
Mhm.
information about career resources or job opportunities, that's something certainly that your mentor would share with you. But that wouldn't,
Yes.
like, you wouldn't go into the mentoring relationship and say, can you get me a job? You would just
Yeah.
talk to them about yourself, or you, like you said,
Uh-huh.
you would show them your CV, you would show them your resume, and then you would
Mhm.
say, do you know any people that I can talk to just to learn more about this? And then you never know how that might open doors, because the topic of this discussion is mentoring. It isn't job searching, but I will
Mhm.
say that a huge part of job searching is through making personal connections. And
That's
there's
right.
so many
Mhm.
jobs that are not even posted, and or before they get posted, folks first start going through their network to see who folks
Mhm.
know, and people
Mhm.
kind of make connections in that way. So I think that as you get towards the end of your
Mhm.
degree and the end of your program, then kind of really tapping into your network and your mentors to help connect you with other professionals is
Yeah.
definitely beneficial.
Yeah, maybe that could be a goal now, just like utilizing mentorship relationship to maybe define or just like make clear the next where to go. Mhm.
100%.
Yeah.
I fully endorse that thought.
Thank you very much. Mhm. I
Gloria, do you,
appreciate it.
yeah, no problem. Do you have any questions about mentoring or things that you were hoping to get information about?
Yeah. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah,
Okay, I wasn't sure. It's a new headset. Um,
understand that
so
too.
so I'm in a very different position. I'm in I'm searching for the one.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I did a career change. So right now I'm in my second year of my PhD program through College of Public Health. But
Okay.
prior to this, I was actually a pharmacist.
Ah, small. So
Yeah.
let me just tell you how small of a world that is that tomorrow I have a meeting with the College of Public Health to talk about their career resources. So very small world, very small world.
It's a weird world we live in.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I made this career change from pharmacy into public health. And so I feel like it's the mentors that I've had when I was a pharmacist,
Mm-hmm.
they can no longer really provide the guidance. And so, I've just kind of lost touch through time. Um, some of them wrote my letters of recommendation to get into this PhD program, but now I'm starting all over when it comes to networking and finding people to connect with. And I just feel like I'm at a loss
Mm-hmm.
of like, I don't know where to start. I have my academic advisor, and I have professors that I've been able to connect well with. But even then, I'm just not really sure how
Mm-hmm.
how to like start fresh again, and um, if anybody could even really relate to the journey that I've been on, and things like that. And I don't know, I just feel at a loss and
Well,
sad.
so the good thing that I will say, the wonderful thing is that you are being proactive and you are thinking about this. And then the other thing that I'll say is, because of the pandemic and the world that we live in, there's so many people who are making career transitions and have decided to move to something else. And so my recommendation would be to start with the known quantity. So like you said, you have your advisors, you have people in your department. And so I would start with them, and I'm sure that, and I'm making the assumption that maybe you already have, or maybe they know what your story is that I was a pharmacist and then I decided to make a career shift. And it might even be, well, what was the prompt that made you decide from moving out of one particular career field into another career field? And the more people that you tell your story to, that's where those connections start to develop. And you just never know where they may develop from. And I will tell you a story. My son is 24, And like I said, I've worked at Ohio State for 25 years. So it was the first job that I had at Ohio State. And it was not, and it was a like entry level beginning job. I was at a doctor's appointment when I was pregnant with my son, and I ran into a colleague that I used to work with. And I just started talking to her and telling her, like you said, that I was hoping to make a career transition and to do something different. And she said, you know what? You should meet my supervisor. And so I literally got that job just by mentioning to a colleague at a doctor's appointment, had absolutely nothing to do with work at all whatsoever. And so you just never know what doors you might open up. And so I think that by saying, you know what, this is the reason why I decided to make this career transition. And now I'm looking for people to talk to. And so the first place I would start with faculty and people who are in your department. And you may have already done this, but you could even just go through the directory and look at the academic backgrounds or the research background of the faculty who are in your department. And even if they're not on your particular team, just say, hey, can I come and meet with you? Can I come to office hours? The other thing that I have been referring some of our graduate students to the graduate program coordinator in our department, because she's worked at the College of Pharmacy for 10 years. And I said, oh, if you're trying to make connections with alum, here's the person that you should talk to, because she's worked here for 10 years. And the student that I met with said, oh my gosh, absolutely. She knows everybody. So there are people in your college that have a history, and they kind of know this is where some of our alum came from, and this is where some of our alum went to. So whatever opportunities you have to kind of make those connections. But I would first start with like in your small circle, so your advisor, and maybe even talking to other faculty in your department. And then if the alum department, every college has like an alumni department, and they bring alum in. If they are bringing alum in, and some of them have some of your same background, and then outside of your very specific circle, I'm going to recommend LinkedIn. So if you go into LinkedIn and literally just start doing searches, like you can even put in a pharmacist, or if you were a PharmD or whatever your pharmacy background, from pharmacist to PhD in public health, just start going through. Or if you just start looking through the alumni, maybe even like looking at the alumni in the College of Pharmacy and see where they landed, or looking at the alumni in the College of Public Health. So it is a little bit labor intensive on the front end, but it's all about making those connections. If I were going to meet with one of the advisors, I would just say, do you know somebody that I can meet with? And then that's kind of a personal connection. And then you would reach out to them and say, Professor Jones suggested that I reach out to you. If I were going to do it on LinkedIn, you can just send random LinkedIn requests. And I have been doing that a lot to try to grow my pharmacy connections. However, the best way to use LinkedIn is to send a note, is to say, in my case, I ideally would be saying, I am the new senior career advisor in the College of Pharmacy. I'd like to connect with you to learn more about your experiences as a OSU College of Pharmacy graduate. And so sweet, short, to the point. But I'm guessing that if you start talking to people just little by little, you will find people that were maybe on a parallel pathway or found some other way too. So it's just a matter of like, you got to shake those trees. It's hard. As somebody who is extremely introverted, it takes a lot of energy for me to make some of these very necessary connections, but when they happen, they are extremely beneficial.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. I hope that's helpful.
Yes, it definitely is. I just need to push myself to.
But you know what? If you haven't done this already, I would talk to the career services people too, because there's definitely a strong link between mentoring and career services. And so like I said, for myself, we are in the College of Pharmacy. We're looking for ways that we can help build out peer mentoring programs, alumni mentoring programs. Like there's so much mentoring, and so we're thinking of ways to kind of streamline them. And so if a student comes to me and says, "Hey, I'm looking for a mentor," as a career advisor, I'm looking at the different resources that I have to kind of help make some connections. And so I think in a similar way, the guide program in the College of Engineering, which I know is not part of career services, but I do know the person who's the director of career services and engineering, and she's amazing. And so there's a lot of resources. And then in public health, like I said, I have a meeting tomorrow with the person who directs career resources. I have explored the public health career website and have seen some pretty amazing things too. So I think that starting with your career services people would definitely be beneficial in helping to kind of bridge some of those connections with that. There is a resource, I don't know much about it, but it's through the OSU Alumni Society. And I think it's there is a way for students to connect with alumni through the OSU Alum Society, but I haven't explored it fully, so I can't speak fully about it other than the fact that there is some program. I don't know the parameters of it, but I think that, and so the other thing is that as a student of Ohio State, your Ohio State network is expansive. And I don't have to tell you, if you just go anywhere and say OH, people are going to say IO because they love Ohio State so much. So that is a benefit in and of itself, is having that Ohio State connection is definitely beneficial to helping to make some of those connections. I'm not in either of your department, but I would also be happy to like do a Zoom meeting or, chat with you about some resources that I have that are not necessarily connected to your specific disciplines, but just, other resources that I have found. Do either of you have any other questions or any other resources that I might be able to help direct you to? Because like I said, I had, and I will share my slides with you. I'll share them with Ray, and then I believe Ray will email them out to you. But also on the I'll put my contact information in the chat box. So you are welcome to reach out to me as well. Yeah, I'm Henderson 264. To my knowledge, I'm the only Angela Henderson in the College of Pharmacy.
I have a weird question, but real question.
Okay.
What happens if, what does one do if maybe there is somebody within the faculty that whose research aligns with my own research interests, but maybe as people, you don't really make that connection?
Well, you know what? And I think that, like you said, that's a very real connection too. And I think that one of the challenges that I faced when I was doing the mentoring program at Moritz is that we would match them, and students would fill out like an information form, and then the mentor would fill out an information form. So on paper, it looked like A and B would match, and that would be a great mentoring pair. But what has to also factor in is that we're human beings and not who we are on pieces of paper. And so I think that there's a couple of things. One is if they're part of your advising committee and you're working with them, if there are bigger issues that are related to your degree completion, then that might be a conversation with like whoever is the chair or the head of your department. But if it's for mentoring, then it may be, so you have this team of mentors, and this person, their research aligns with your research, but there's just not the right connection. I would look for places where there are connection. And then I would also be open to the fact that maybe this person B's research does not specifically align with my research interest, but our personalities match better. And that might be just a better like personal mentoring match versus the academic side. So maybe you have the academic side to help you with your degree completion versus this is somebody that I have a good personal connection with. And I can go and talk about like, oh, I had such a rough week and this presentation I didn't go well. And then that person can kind of say, okay, well, let's talk about your presentation versus the actual content of, well, did you have this point A, B, and C? It's more of the I don't know, the mental well-being side of it versus the actual, this is the content that I'm working with. So I think that my response would be is that connections are not always going to work out. And that's okay, because that's good to know. And that you just kind of, again, keep looking, and you find those connections with other people that you are well matched with, even if their particular content area doesn't 100% align with your content area. But
All right,
that's a good
thank you.
question. And it came up, it didn't, I don't want to say it came up a lot, but it came up many times. The person that took over my role as the mentoring coordinator at Moritz, we had a lot of discussions during that whole matching phase. And she was like, well, what if this, what if that? And I told her, I was like, no matter what you do, there's never going to be a perfect match. And then sometimes you're just like, I don't know, we'll see what happens. And then it ends up just working out. That was a good question. Any other questions or challenges? And again, I'm sending my my contact information. You are more than welcome to reach out to me after this presentation, and I'm happy to chat with you offline too.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Thank you very much.
I hope that you both have a wonderful spring semester, and I hope that our paths cross again, because again, like I said, I literally had a meeting with the person that runs the guide program recently, and then tomorrow I'm meeting with the College of Public Health. So I have already, in the 6 degrees of separation, made connections with people who are in your particular departments. And so even in different fields, Ohio State is a big place, but it is still a small connecting place too. So however I might be able to help you on your journey, I am certainly happy to offer whatever resources I can to kind of help talk you through or walk you through some of those challenges too. And my background is in higher education, so not in pharmacy, not in law, not in engineering, but there are some universal student affairs connections. And so this is why, even if somebody's background doesn't specifically align with yours, you never know how they might be part of your team.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks so much, Angela. I hope you guys all had a wonderful session today. Gloria and Iram, did I say that right? Nice.
Hey, Iram.
We're happy to have you. If you are interested in continuing with Technical Tuesday, there will be one next Tuesday as well on thought leadership. So if you're interested, please feel free to join us. Otherwise, you all three are more than welcome to have a great day. And thanks again.
And Ray, I will send you the slides. Can you send them to, will you be able to send them? Do you have their email addresses, I'm assuming?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
So you can forward me the slides, and then I will send them to these two ladies. And then also, all of our recordings will be on YouTube. So you can just type in OUAB Technical Tuesday Mentorship, and it'll pop up. So yeah, if you ever wanted to review, even like throughout the semester, and you couldn't make one, you can always check for them to be on YouTube, really about an hour after the session at the latest. So yep.
Sounds good. All righty.
All
Thank
right.
you all. Have a wonderful day. Stay dry,
good
stay
day.
warm.
Yeah.
Happy winter, spring semester.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.